After more than 30 years working in digestive health, from Harvard and Stanford to performing thousands of colonoscopies, I've realized something both fascinating and a little funny. People constantly ask me about supplements, superfood powders, or those miracle packets that cost hundreds of dollars and promise to be great for your gut. But you know what almost no one asks me about? Seeds. Yes, those tiny, unassuming little seeds that look like they couldn't possibly do much are actually some of the most overlooked superfoods for gut health. And today, I want to start with one I like to call the silent hero of your digestive system, flax seeds. I want you to picture this. A 65-year-old woman came to see me, struggling with bloating, chronic constipation, and high cholesterol. She'd tried it all: laxatives, restrictive diets, even pricey detox collagen powders she found online. Nothing really worked. So I simply asked her, "Have you ever tried flax seeds?" She laughed. "Oh my gosh, I don't even know what that is." We started small, just 3 to 4 times a week, adding 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed into her morning oatmeal or smoothie. 6 weeks later, she came back with a bright smile. The stomach felt lighter. The inventive, or the LDL cholesterol, had dropped noticeably. So why does flaxseed work so well? First, it's a natural treasure chest of omega-3s, specifically ALA. If you think omega-3 only comes from salmon or fish oil, think again. Flax seeds are loaded with it, and this plant-based omega-3 helps calm inflammation in your gut, joints, and blood vessels, especially important as we get older and our bodies start overreacting to even small injuries. Second, flax seeds are rich in lignans, a type of antioxidant that may lower the risk of breast cancer and colon cancer. This isn't just textbook theory. Research shows that postmenopausal women who regularly eat flax seeds have a significantly lower risk of developing these cancers. And if you're battling high cholesterol, flax seeds can be a game changer. The soluble fiber in flax acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, soaking up bad cholesterol, LDL, and sweeping it out of your body naturally. One important thing I need to stress: always grind your flax seeds before eating them. If you swallow them whole, their tough outer shell will pass right through your digestive system, meaning your body won't absorb much of their nutrition at all. The good news? Grinding them is easy. You can use a coffee grinder, a small blender, or just buy pre-ground flax seeds from a trusted store. Simple step, big difference for your health. Using flax seeds is super easy. Ondoza a tablespoon to your morning oatmeal. Planking it over some Greek yogurt. Blend it into your favorite fruit smoothie. Just 3 to 4 times a week, consistently, and you'll start to notice the difference. This isn't a quick fix kind of remedy. It's more like watering a garden inside your body. Gentle, steady, but nourishing from the roots. Someone once asked me, "Doctor, at my age, should I be taking supplements or eating seeds?" I smiled and said, "Well, if your body is like a house, supplements are like fixing a leaky roof after the rain. But seeds are like reinforcing the foundation while the sun is still shining." And that foundation, my friends, starts with a healthy gut. Because when your gut is doing well, you don't just digest better, you sleep better, your mood feels steadier, your mind stays sharper. Here's something not many people know. 90% of your serotonin, the happiness hormone, is made in your gut, not your brain. Which means taking care of your gut is also taking care of your mind and emotions. Now look, I'm not saying flax seeds are some kind of magic cure, but I've seen hundreds of patients, from New York to California, experience real improvements in their health just by making this one small change. And if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, it's never too late to start. So next time you're at the grocery store, pick up a small bag of flax seeds, grind them up, store them in an airtight jar, and tomorrow morning just add 1 tablespoon to your breakfast. And who knows, you might be surprised when your body starts saying, "Thank you," in ways no medication ever has. There's another tiny seed that's made a big difference in your health. Share your story in the comments. You never know who might be inspired by it. Someone out there may need to hear exactly what you've experienced. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. And remember, better gut health doesn't begin with expensive pills or fancy trends. It starts with the small, natural, consistent choices you make every day. Have you ever heard of basil seeds, also known as Subja seeds? If not, that's totally okay. Even many nutrition experts in the West still tend to overlook them. They're not as famous as chia seeds. They're not talked about as much as flax seeds. But Subja is a quiet hero in Ayurvedic medicine, India's ancient system of healing. And speaking personally, after more than 3 decades studying the digestive system, I truly believe Subja seeds hold some of the greatest potential for healing the gut, especially for older adults. I want you to picture this. You wake up in the morning, you're not starving, but your stomach feels a little bloated. Like your gut just isn't quite ready to start the day. You reach for coffee, but instead of helping, it leaves you jittery, your heart racing, and your stomach even more unsettled. Now imagine this. What if there were a light, simple morning bite that could soothe your gut, relieve that bloated feeling within 30 minutes, and help regulate your blood sugar? R2, would you be willing to give it a try? That's where basil seeds come in. These tiny little seeds may look a lot like chia, but once soaked in water, they bloom even faster, soften more easily, and create this magically smooth, jelly-like coating. Just give them 5 to 10 minutes in warm water, and you'll see a dramatic transformation. But it's not just their texture that changes. The health benefits they unlock are just as impressive. Subja, a natural gut-soothing gel. One of the things I love most about Subja seeds is their natural ability to relieve bloating. Many of my older patients, folks who've tried all kinds of digestive enzymes and stomach aids, have told me they feel noticeably lighter after adding Subja to their morning routine. The gel formed from basil seeds acts like a gentle cushion inside the gut, helping to soothe mild spasms or cramping, support smooth movement of food through the digestive tract, and best of all, bring relief to those rough mornings where you're sitting there, bing your belly, waiting to go. I once had a patient, Michael, 70 years old, who came to me with a frustrating issue. His blood sugar would spike and crash after breakfast, even though his meals were fairly healthy. When we took a closer look, I found that he often ate oatmeal with bananas, a solid choice but a bit low in soluble fiber. So I made a simple suggestion: try adding a teaspoon of soaked basil seeds, Subja, into your oatmeal before eating. 2 weeks later, he returned with a smile. His post-meal blood sugar had become much more stable. No more sharp spikes followed by sudden drops. And no, that wasn't a coincidence. Subja forms a gel-like layer when soaked, and that gel slows down glucose absorption in the small intestine. It acts like a natural buffer, keeping sugar from hitting your bloodstream too fast. Modern medicine fully agrees with this mechanism, an ancient Ayurvedic insight now backed by science. Easy to use, easy to blend in. You can mix basil seeds, Subja, with overnight oats, unsweetened plant-based milk, low-fat yogurt, even your morning detox tea. The flavor? Almost neutral. Subja doesn't overpower anything. It just quietly fits right in. And while it may not steal the spotlight, it gets the job done. Like a devoted gardener tending the soil, it quietly nurtures your gut, expecting nothing in return. A few quick tips before you start. If you're ready to give basil seeds, Subja, a try, there's one important thing to keep in mind. Always soak them before eating. Dry seeds can absorb water from your body if eaten as is, which may cause discomfort, especially if you're low on fluids or have a sensitive throat. What's the best way? After that, you can add them to anything you like. Oatmeal, smoothies, yogurt, or even tea. Gentle, easy, powerful. One tiny seed, 3 big benefits. When taken daily, Subja, basil seeds, can help. Gentle, natural, and surprisingly effective, a simple habit that supports your gut, your mood, and your energy. No magic here. Just a small, simple choice you make, and then letting your body do the rest. Your gut is often the first to respond when you show it care, and the first to suffer when you don't. And these tiny basil seeds, quiet, unassuming, may just be the gentle remedy you've been searching for all along. Just give it a try. 1 tablespoon each morning, mixed into whatever you already love to eat. Then simply pay attention to how you feel over the next 7 days. No one needs to tell you. Your body will. And sometimes the things that nobody talks about turn out to be exactly what you needed to start with. I often tell my older patients this: if you want to heal your gut, don't just think about digestion. Think about the delicate lining inside. Your gut isn't some stiff, straight pipe. It's more like a winding garden, lined with a soft mucosal layer as fragile as flower petals. And when that lining gets damaged by inflammation, processed foods, or chronic stress, everything gets thrown off. Digestion, immunity, even your mood. That's exactly why I have so much respect for sunflower seeds. They're simple, easy to find, often overlooked, but they act like gentle repairmen for your gut lining, quietly restoring balance and supporting your immune system along the way. Once again, I invite you to imagine this, an example presentation. You step into a garden in the fall, the leaves are starting to wilt, the flowers losing their color. You can't just flood it with water or throw down heavy fertilizer and expect revival overnight. What it really needs is soft sunlight, gentle breeze, and a patient hand to tend to each fragile leaf. Your body is no different, especially your gut. And vitamin E, the powerful antioxidant found abundantly in sunflower seeds, is exactly that, the gentle sunlight your inner garden's been waiting for. And small seeds, big anti-aging power. When you eat a small handful of lightly roasted sunflower seeds each day, you're giving your body a rich dose of natural vitamin E, a powerful nutrient that helps protect your cells from oxidative damage, which is a major cause of gut inflammation, skin aging, and weakened immunity. Soothe chronic low-grade inflammation, the kind that silently lingers in many people over 50 without obvious symptoms. Support gut lining repair after digestive issues, rounds of antibiotics, or long periods of stress. I'll never forget one of my patients, Linda, age 69, who had been struggling with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, for nearly 20 years. She once told me, "I don't go more than 30 minutes away from home because I'm always worried about a sudden stomach ache or diarrhea." We adjusted her diet and she started adding a small handful of lightly roasted sunflower seeds to her afternoon snack. After a few weeks, she noticed something surprising. Her body felt more stable, not just her digestion, but her mood and even her skin. One day she joked with me, "I didn't think eating seeds would make me frown less and wrinkle less." We both laughed, but honestly, she wasn't wrong. You might not realize it, but your gut and your skin are deeply connected. They're both protective barriers, one on the inside, one on the outside. And when one starts to weaken, the other often shows signs too. So if you've been dealing with things like random breakouts, dry skin, or unexpected hair loss, it could be your gut's way of asking for help. That's where sunflower seeds come in, packed with vitamin E, healthy fats, and natural selenium. They're one of the gentlest daily boosts you can add to your routine to support not just your digestion, but your skin and immune system too. How to use sunflower seeds effectively. No need to overthink it. Grab a small handful of lightly roasted sunflower seeds as your afternoon snack, a smart swap for cookies or pastries. Sprinkle them on salads, stir into oatmeal, or simply snack on them while reading a book. Worried about calories? Just 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is plenty, enough to nourish your cells without tipping the scale. Simple, satisfying, and your body will thank you. And don't forget, sunflower seeds are also rich in zinc, a mighty little mineral that helps boost your immune system, repair damaged tissues, and support collagen production, the key to keeping your skin and gut lining strong and resilient as you age. We often think healing requires something big, strong medicine, drastic measures, but sometimes true recovery starts with the smallest things: a deep night's sleep, a long exhale, and a spoonful of sunshine in seed form. Sunflower seeds aren't flashy. You won't see them topping trendy superfood lists, but they work quietly, restoring cells, soothing skin, and healing the lining of your gut inch by inch, as long as you give them time and consistency. Turning 50 isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new kind of living, one where you get to choose gentleness, slowness, and a bit more kindness towards yourself. And if you're looking for one small, kind thing to do for your gut each day, a handful of sunflower seeds might just be it. Gut health doesn't start with magic pills or pricey supplements. It starts with small, everyday choices, like a spoonful of humble seeds that quietly work behind the scenes. So why not give it a try? Pick up a bag of flax seeds, basil seeds, or sunflower seeds on your next grocery run. Add just a spoonful to your breakfast, your smoothie, or your afternoon snack. Stick with it for a week, and then simply listen to how your body responds. If this message resonated with you, I'd love for you to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe. Because sometimes the tiniest changes can spark the biggest transformations. And remember, one small spoonful today could be the seed of a healthier, brighter tomorrow. Punje,